Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, welcome everyone to the call. Thank you so much for joining. It's a Saturday and everybody has so many other things to do. Appreciate all of you making time to come and give your association to all of us so we can all discuss this wonderful topic of Mahabharata. We're coming very close to the end, and we will soon start Bhagavad Gita. So it's very exciting that we have finished a lot of stories and we are coming very close to hearing about the Bhagavad Gita. So who remembers what we were discussing last week, and anybody can summarize? So we spoke about the Pandavas in Virata. So they all were in disguise. They were doing menial tasks. And didn't we discuss about Kichaka? Anybody want to say who Kichaka is?
I think he's like the general, and he's like the brother of the. He's the brother of the queen.
Yeah, Queen Sudishna. Yes, very nice.
That's Queen. Yes, Bati Draupadi.
Yes. So
that's Draupadi.
Yeah, the one in green is supposed to be Draupadi pleading, please don't send me to Kichaka. And then Bhima protects Draupadi by taking care of Kichaka and punishing him for all his bad deeds. And we spoke about how there was a war when Kichaka died. The Kauravas and Sharma, they attacked Virata kingdom, and the Pandavas, though they were in disguise, they helped save the kingdom. And the king wanted to get his daughter Uttara married to Arjuna, but then Arjuna said, she's like my daughter, so why does she can become my daughter-in-law by marrying my great son Abhimanyu. So there's Abhimanyu's marriage we discussed last week. And then the last item was everybody were in the Virat court discussing what are the next steps, right? And everybody said their opinion. And then Drupada told a priest to take the message to Dhritarashtra that the Pandavas have finished the conditions of the match, the gambling match they had taken, right? So that was over, and now they should actually get their kingdom back, right? So that's where we were, right? Any questions on what the context is before we move to the next part?
Mishti G, you raised your hand. What's your question?
Sorry, I forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody, so the Pandavas and the Kauravas, they decided to start amassing everybody who are in their side and seeing what the power of the other side is. So slowly all the kings, the different kings started taking sides. So some of them wanted to be in the Pandava side and some of them wanted to be in the Kaurava side. The main thing about Kshatriyas are like whoever asks them first, hey king, can you be on my side? They will go become go to their side because they were asked first. So both Yudhishthira and Duryodhana, they started sending messengers all over Bharatavarsha to find who are their allies. right? So such thing happened. Krishna had gone back to Dwaraka. So Yudhishthira actually sent Arjuna, and Duryodhana himself came to Dwaraka to meet Krishna. So when they both came to Dwaraka, they were seeing, oh, the other person have also come. Wonder what's going to happen now. So Krishna, he has wonderful pastimes, right? So when both Arjuna and Yudhishthira came, Krishna was sleeping. So Krishna arranges everything in such a way that there's a wonderful pastime out of this whole thing. So what happened was, Duryodhana, thinking that he's the great king, he comes, as you see in the picture, he came and sat next to a chair near Krishna's head while Krishna was sleeping. And Arjuna, he was standing by Krishna's feet, because Krishna's surrendering to Krishna's feet is the biggest position for a devotee. So he's just at Krishna's feet, very humble and being next to Krishna's feet. And slowly Krishna woke up, and then Krishna said, oh, very nice, both of you are here. And now Arjuna, tell me why you have come here. Then suddenly Duryodhana said, how can you let Arjuna say this? I came first. And then Krishna said, well, I don't know about who came first. I was sleeping, but I saw Arjuna first, because again, Arjuna is not sitting near Krishna's head. He's sitting by his feet. So Krishna saw Arjuna first. So now Duryodhana, so Krishna tells Duryodhana, you should let the youngster talk first. And also I saw Arjuna first. Krishna always comes up with these good reasons to let his devotee talk and have the favor. So then Krishna said, okay, I'm not biased to both of you because I'm related to both of you. I can be on either side, but the condition is I'm not going to fight this war. I'm not going to use any weapon in this war. I take a vow that I will not do that. And so since both of you have come, you have two choices. You can either pick me without any weapons, just as myself, Krishna says, or you can take my Narayani Sena. Narayani Sena is Krishna's army. There's a big army Krishna has. It's so huge, and each person is like a great fighter in that army. So Duryodhana is thinking, oh my goodness, this silly Krishna, he's going to give this Arjuna. If he's brilliant, he will take the army, because each army person is so powerful and they can bring victory. If Krishna is not going to pick up a weapon, how is he going to be useful in a war? And he's thinking logically like this. But Arjuna is the one who goes first. So what do you think Arjuna picked? No, not you, somebody else. So did Arjuna pick Krishna, or did Arjuna
pick Krishna?
Krishna.
Yes.
Krishna.
Yes, very nice. And why did Arjuna pick Krishna? Anybody wants to?
Because he was loyal.
Yes, loyal.
Because he thought that the whole army is no use to him. Only Krishna is his friend, and he wants only Krishna.
Yes, very nice. So he loves Krishna. He's a devotee of Krishna. All he wants is Krishna's association. He doesn't want any of his energy. So similar to that, we all have the option to either choose Krishna or Krishna's energy. When we go behind more than what we want for our daily life, and we forget about Krishna, that's like a Ravana mentality, taking away Mother Sita, right? It's like Krishna's energy, but not wanting Ram. So we should all strive to always have Krishna on our side, because if Krishna is on our side, then victory will always be there. But It's not for victory. We just have to think that we just want to be with the Lord. Okay, so that's why Arjuna picked Krishna. And then Duryodhana couldn't believe his luck, because he was thinking Arjuna will pick the army, and he was thinking, oh, if whoever gets the army will win, because Krishna has a great army. But then he was like, oh, now I can only choose the army, so I'll take the army. But he was just laughing in his mind, oh, this silly Arjuna made the worst mistake. And I'll take the army. And he was happy and he left. And Duryodhana went to Balram to see if Balram will be on his side. But Lord Balram said, no, I can't. If Krishna is not fighting, I won't fight either. I won't even be in the war. So Balram said he wouldn't take sides. And Arjuna spends more time with Krishna, but Duryodhana, you see, he's very logical and he's always thinking how to defeat the Pandavas, right? So he even goes to the other warriors in Dwaraka. There was Satyaki. Satyaki doesn't like Duryodhana because he's always on the wrong side, right? Always doing the bad things. So he doesn't he doesn't side with Duryodhana. He says, even if the army is going to you, I'm just going to be on Krishna's side. I'm not going to be in your side. So he would always be in Arjuna's side, the Satyaki warrior. And then there was Kritavarma, that's a commander-in-chief of the army. He also had a choice, but since the army was going to the Kaurava side, he was saying, I will fight for you, Duryodhana. So he went to Duryodhana's side. So that's just showing you like different schools of thought. But what we can learn from this story is we should always choose Krishna over any of Krishna's other external energy. Okay.
I don't want to use his energy anyways.
Right. So then what happened was, there is this king called Shalya. And Shalya is the king of Madras. Madras is the Chennai region in India now. And he's also the uncle of Sahadeva and Nakula. Okay? Because Madri is Sahadeva and Nakula's mother, if you remember. Mm-hmm. And Madri's brother is Shalya. Oh. So Shalya wants to come and join the Pandava side. So this is another example where somebody is tricked by all the other things. So what happens was, when he's coming with his big army, and the Duryodhana got news that this Shalya, the king of Madra, is coming. So why not trick him to be in my side? He's the uncle of Nagula and Sahadeva, but if I ask him first, maybe he'll come to my side and then I will be more powerful. So what happens was, when Shalya is coming up with his big army going to Virata to join the Pandavas, they were taking some rest on the way. And then Duryodhana had made his people make wonderful tents, wonderful food, nice gardens and pool and all that. And Shalya thought, oh, wow, look at this reception that Yudhishthira is giving me. I am so honored. So he goes there and he enjoys all the great festivities. There are dancers, he's drinking, he's eating.
Oh, I think I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and so he was doing all that, and he's appreciating all the opulence on that tent and all that. And then what happens was, he is at the point that anything you ask him, he'll say yes. So whoever is giving him this wonderful treatment. So he said, oh, please call Yudhishthira. I really want to thank him for this. And then, and he was still enjoying and eating and drinking. And then, and the time was right, slowly, Duryodhana came in. So that's the picture you see on the right. Duryodhana is coming next to Shalya and saying, how do you like the festivities and how do you like this? And this person Shalya was a little surprised. It is Duryodhana who's coming. But then he said, oh, I really love the dancers, the wonderful food, the welcome, and everybody's fanning me. So ask me for whatever you want. I'm so happy with the reception you're giving me. And then Duryodhana took that opportunity to say, please join my side. So now Shalya had to take Duryodhana's side because he already told him, you can ask me whatever you want. And so he, even though he was the uncle of the Pandavas, he went into the Kaurava side and with all his army. So that's how Duryodhana tricked Shalya. And then Shalya said, oh, I'm going to come to Hastinapura and join you, but before that I have to go see the Pandavas. So he goes and he's very sad and he says, I'm so sorry. When he comes itself, all the Pandavas give him a good seat and want to talk to him. But then when Yudhishthira hears that what Shalya did to accept Duryodhana's side, he was a little sad because he didn't have much army and he wanted his uncle to be on his side. But then that didn't happen. Ayana.
Oh.
Okay. So
Sorry.
that's okay. So then Duryodhana, sorry, the Shalya said, oh, I can't, I'm so sorry, but I have to now respect the word I've given Duryodhana. Let me go to Hastinapur. And then Yudhishthira says, yes, you can go. But the only thing I ask you is, because you are a great warrior, it looks like you will not perish in war, and you will be asked to be the charioteer of Karna, because Karna is one of the best warrior in that side after Bhishma, etc. But then Yudhishthira kind of foresaw that this Shalya might become the charioteer of Karna. So he said,
how could you see the future?
No, the Shalya is one of the greatest charioteers. He's a great warrior and a charioteer. So he said, when you are going to be the charioteer, or if you become the charioteer of Karna, make sure you distract him a lot, because he's the biggest threat for us. So Shalya said, yes, if I become Karna's charioteer, I will keep on distracting him. So he gives his word to Yudhishthira, and then he goes to the Kaurava army.
He makes a lot of words.
Yeah. So all the different kings in India were all coming and assembling in both the sides. So here, this picture is showing us the different different formations, right? So in the modern day, there's something called a platoon. There's something called a squad. So a squad is smaller than a platoon, and then it goes up to like a army. And so in the olden days, in the Vedic times, there's a term called akshauhini. So you see akshauhini. So that's like what the smallest unit of this warriors is one chariot, one elephant, three horses, and 5 soldiers, foot soldiers. So foot soldiers are called infantry, and then the folks on the horses are called cavalry. They're called cavalry or horsemen. So this is their ratio they had: 1:1, 3:5. So that's the formation in one a patti, and one patti will have one Sena Mukha. Three pattis makes one Sena Mukha, and then 3 Sena Mukha makes one Gulma, then one Gana, Vahini, then there's Pritana. You don't have to remember these names. I'm just showing you how big an Akshauhini is, because if you multiply all these numbers, you'll get there are totally 218,700 or 218,700
wow
such formations. And
But action.
Prabhuji,
yes,
actually, what are these four missions?
four missions.
Yeah, what are those?
Formations. Oh, formations. The formations are different. This is just the strength of the army, right? So they create small. The smallest unit is this patti, right? And it has one chariot, one elephant, and then that will have a small leader, and then three of these will form a Sena Mukha. There's a leader for that, and one Akshauhini is commanded by a Maharathi like Karna or Arjuna. One of them will manage the whole Akshauhini, and there are many reports to them. So my point here is just to show how many people are there in an Akshauhini, and then when all the kings they took sides, Pandavas and Kauravas side, ultimately there were 7 Akshauhinis in the Pandava side and 11 Akshauhinis in the Kaurava side.
Oh,
So
God.
Duryodhana actually had greater army strength than Yudhishthira and the Pandavas. So here I've written like one Akshauhini came from Satyaki to Pandavas, then Virata gave one Akshauhini.
Do we have to remember this?
No, you don't have to remember all these different breakdowns, but it's probably good to remember what the total Akshauhini numbers are in both the sides. So totally there were 18 Akshauhinis going to fight. So imagine the number of people who are going to die in a war, right? See here, there are 3,936,000 people who are going to die in a war if there is a war, right? There are 18 Akshauhinis total, correct? 7 in Pandava side and 11 in Kaurava side. So, and I'll just show you this picture. This picture just shows like Pandavas, the blue one shows the kings who sided the Pandavas, and the red shows those who sided the Kauravas. And this picture just shows like the main generals, right? Pandavas had Arjuna, Bhima, Drishtadyumna. Drishtadyumna is the son of Drupada, and it's also the brother of Draupadi. Then Abhimanyu is the son of Arjuna. He's also a great Maharathi. The Gadotkacha, that's the
Son of Bhishma.
Bhima.
Bhima.
Then Shikanti is another half son, half daughter of Drupada. And then Satyaki is also another Yadava king who chose Krishna's side and not like Kritavarma, right? And then other side has so many of these great generals. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Shalya, Kripacharya, Ashwadhama.
Prabhuji, one amazing fact is you won't know that Dronacharya and Kripacharya are the guru of Pandavas, because Kripacharya is the first guru, Dronacharya is the second guru. So they have 2 gurus.
Yeah.
Technically, there are 2 gurus.
Okay. So then what happens is, you know, the messenger from Pandavas, they had reached, the priest had reached the Kaurava Sabha, right? They are saying that we have so many warriors, but don't think that Pandavas have less warriors, then they are not powerful. If there's a war, everybody is going to die. So it is better that you give back half the kingdom to the Pandavas. So then Dhritarashtra will say, oh, I need some time to think. It's good to know that the Pandavas are doing well, but I'm going to send Sanjaya with my answer. So then Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra tells Sanjaya that the next day he says, Sanjaya, oh, I don't want any war. Yeah, if there's a war, then I'm going to lose. And this is going to be very bad for the whole Kuru dynasty. Everybody's going to fight with each other. All these millions of people are going to die. So I want peace. So just tell this.
Who wants peace?
Dhritarashtra says he wants peace.
Oh, that's actually a good thing.
That's good thing, but the only point is he doesn't want to give anything to the Pandavas. He wants peace without giving anything. He didn't, when he sent Sanjaya to the Pandavas, he didn't promise to give anything. He just said, let's go with peace. So that's not right, because we'll see that. So now Sanjaya comes back to Virata, where Krishna is now with the Pandavas, and he comes and tells them, this is what Dhritarashtra said. And Sanjaya, being a great person himself, he was saying, why should we do the fight? Again, thinking that amassing wealth, is it a good thing? Isn't it better to save everybody's life by not fighting? So Yudhishthira, I think if you just give up the kingdom, I think it'll be good for everybody. So I just want to take everybody's opinion. What do you think? Should the Pandavas fight, or should they give up and go to the forest or live like what they were doing before, just so that everybody doesn't?
Maybe they have to fight for their kingdom because they're Kshatriyas, and Kshatriyas should fight for the kingdom. They have to perish the bad people who are doing sinful things. So maybe they should fight.
Very nice. That's Krishna's opinion. Very nice, Krishna. Yes, Mishtiji, go ahead.
Yeah, I think they should fight because that's what Krishna wants. So if Krishna says he told to Arjuna that fight, like in the Bhagavad Gita. So if Krishna wants them to fight, then they should fight.
Yes, very nice. That always surrender to the Lord, do whatever the Lord wants. Very nice. Okay, Ayana has an opinion. One.
I don't really have an opinion because both are good reasons. Fighting for the kingdom and peace is like not so much violence, but still fighting is what Krishna wants, so I would go with that.
Okay, thank you, Ayana. Anybody else has any opinion? Okay, so most of you have all the reasons that that when Sanjaya came and said Dhritarashtra wants peace, but he's not committing to give anything back to the Pandavas. Like Mishtiji said and Ayana said, Yudhishthira, after hearing this, said, "Oh Krishna, why don't you tell us what's the right thing to do?" So Draupadi was a little not happy to hear that, because you remember how she was humiliated and all that. So she wanted her husbands to always have that vengeance to get back and to get the revenge from the Kauravas. So she wasn't really happy to hear what Yudhishthira was saying. But then Krishna said,
Not Yudhishthira.
Yeah, Yudhishthira is the king, right? He was to make the decision. But of course, when the Supreme Lord is there, Yudhishthira is saying, Krishna, whatever you tell us, just like Mishtiji said, we will do. But should we just leave everything and go back to the forest and live like beggars? Or should we fight this war? Because they have taken what is rightfully ours. So actually, like if a robber comes to your house and takes your car and your valuables, what will you do? Will you say that, oh, it'll be violent if I catch the robber or the thief? You would call the police, right? And you would say, you have to get justice. That person shouldn't be doing this, because if you let one person do that, then everybody will come and start robbing everybody else. So that's not right. So Krishna says, if there's a serpent who's coming to bite your family, it is okay to kill that serpent, because that's coming to hurt your family. And so similarly,
so anyone that's coming to do the wrong thing and they know it's wrong, you should just at least get revenge.
No, not revenge. They have to get their punishment for whatever they did. Right? And so Krishna says all these good reasons that
they should fight.
Yeah, and like Krishna, our Krishna in the call, he also said that Kshatriyas are supposed to rule the kingdom with all the nice virtues, right? So they actually need wealth to progress in spirituality. they're not like Brahmins who can go begging and just read the scriptures and just focus on Krishna consciousness and just do that. They can only progress by doing their duty of leading people and making them do the right thing. And who's the better person to do than Yudhishthira, who's so virtuous, who knows all the best ways to rule the kingdom. So if he takes a path of just being a beggar on the street and just taking alms from everyone and living a simple life, that won't be his fulfillment in life. So just like that, all of you all have to study well and do justice to your skills, and then give the results of what you get to Krishna. You don't have to go to the forest and be like a sannyasi or go to the Himalayas to do everything. So that's the reason that Krishna gave, that the best thing to do is to fight this war. But Krishna says, maybe we will say that if they can give you, don't have to give half the kingdom. If they can give you 5 villages, just 5 villages, so that you can rule the people in the right way, righteous way, that will be enough. So Sanjaya takes this message back to Dhritarashtra and the Kauravas, that even the Pandavas want peace. But first you have to give them half a kingdom, but if you can't even give half a kingdom, just give 5 villages for the 5 brothers. That would be good enough. And actually, before Sanjaya leaves, he actually sees Krishna and Arjuna with their wives. So Satyabhama and Draupadi are there, and they Krishna instructs what is really to be done to Sanjaya, because Sanjaya himself, like Ayana, he had the doubt, why should a good person go for the war? So maybe, so now Sanjaya is also convinced.
Well, I said fighting.
No, I'm just saying, so anybody can have a doubt. Should we have a war or shouldn't we have a war? There are goods and bads in both places, right? Now, Sanjaya is fully convinced. So you need a person who's fully convinced, and that he goes back to the Kauravas and tells a message. And
So Krishna's answer to the Kauravas is that if they can't, so they'll have peace if they can give half a kingdom, or if they won't do that, they will get 5 villages.
Yeah, just 5 villages and they won't have this big war. What is 5 villages when they have, they're the rulers of the whole world, right? So just 5 villages they're asking at this point. So he goes back, and then you see here in this left picture, the Sanjaya, who is actually the charioteer of Dhritarashtra, and he's also a good person. He comes and says that the Pandavas also want peace, just like you, but all you have to do is to give the 5 villages. And then what happens is, the discussion happens and Duryodhana doesn't listen to anyone. Everybody comes and says, please listen to the Pandavas. We don't want any bloodshed or fighting. Just give back 5 villages. And Duryodhana says, no, we shouldn't be afraid. We have Bhishma on our side. Nobody can defeat Bhishma. Bhishma even defeated his guru Parashuram. So why should we be?
What?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah. So that's another part. That's long back. If you remember Amba, Ambalika, Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika. Amba went for a penance.
Okay, yeah.
And she went to Parashuram and said, oh, Bhishma is not accepting me, so you should fight with him. And then that fight was stopped by the demigods, right? Because both of them were going to hurt each other. They were equal. So seeing Bhishma's power is what this Duryodhana is very confident that he will win. And he also has 11 Akshahinis of army.
So he's very confident.
Yeah, so he's very confident. He's saying, why should we then? Sanjaya will say, oh, don't think about the army strength. Just look at Krishna. Whose side is Krishna? And actually, Krishna and Arjuna are Nara and Narayana, and they have won many wars in their previous incarnations. And whoever's on their side is going to. For an atheist or a person who doesn't believe in God, whatever you tell them about God, they don't even listen. They don't agree. They have no faith.
Prabhuji,
Right? Yeah, please.
actually, you know who they fought with? In Karna, they fought with Karna in his previous life, called as Sahasra Kavacha.
Yeah, Sahasra Kavacha. Yes, he had 1,000 armors.
Yeah.
They
The last armor was saved by Surya Bhagavan.
Yes, very nice, Krishna. Very nice reference. Okay, so the news came back to the Pandavas that they're not going to give anything to the Pandavas, but they want peace, and then Krishna is with them. So Krishna says, okay, I will go and try to negotiate some peace. So Krishna is going to go on a peace mission to Hastinapura.
Peace mission?
Yeah, peace mission is to negotiate with them and say war is not good, please don't have war, there'll be so many innocent soldiers dying and kings dying, let's not have a war, please come to a compromise. To say that, Krishna is going to go to Hastinapura, and everybody says, oh Krishna, they're not going to treat you well, they all know the Duryodhana, right? So they say maybe it's not a good thing to do. Who's going to protect you? Take Satyaki with you. Okay, Krishna says yes, I'll go with Satyaki, and together we will go to Hastinapur and try to bring them, give them some sense, right? So then the news spread that to Krishna is going to Hastinapura, and Duryodhana, he has his tactful ways, right? So he wants to give Krishna a big reception and get Krishna on his side. He wants to give Krishna like many cows and many elephants and a lot of jewels. The Lord doesn't want anybody's wealth, right? They just want everybody's love. So these persons, they thought they can just buy Krishna with all this, right? And they were preparing. So this Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra.
It's already 10:08.
Yeah, we'll finish it fast. Okay, so Krishna reaches Hastinapur, and what happens is they had arranged a big place for Krishna. They set up, they took Dushasana's palace and made it so beautiful, and everybody went to receive Krishna. They all want to just make a show to get into Krishna's favor. But whose house does Krishna go to? Anybody knows?
Vidura's house?
Yes, very nice. So that's
I
one
was thinking of Vidura.
great devotee called Vidura, because he really loves Krishna, and he's a nice person, right?
He's in the Kauravas, but he still likes Krishna.
Krishna, raise your hand like everyone else if you have.
That's okay, Ayana. Let's go on. Okay. So,
but it's not fair for everyone else.
Okay. So Ayana's rule is everybody has to raise their hand. Okay. All right. So Krishna will come to the court. He goes to Vidura, and and Vidura is very pleased to have Krishna. And Krishna says, I'm going to stay with you. I don't want to go to anybody else's, any of the other very opulent palace or anything. And actually, Vidura's wife is also a great devotee of the Lord. And there's a pastime where she brings like some bananas, and she's so overwhelmed to see Krishna come to.
He gives the banana peel.
And Krishna eats that to reciprocate with the devotee. And he doesn't want to take the 56 preparations that Duryodhana had prepared for him. He's more interested in a person who genuinely likes him and
wants to see him and be with him.
Right. So then he goes sees Kunti and tells her everything about her sons in Virata, about the 13 years, and they're doing well and all that. And then it's time to go to court. next day. So Krishna goes to court and Krishna tells about not having a war, why it is not nice to have a war and kill so many people. He convinces everybody except Duryodhana, because Duryodhana doesn't accept Krishna's proposal. He says, no, they're not supposed to have anything. And Duryodhana says, I won't even give enough room to put a needle on my kingdom. So even though Yudhishthira and Pandavas got Indraprastha with using their own work, they made this big kingdom. He didn't even want to give 5 villages or not even enough land to put a needle.
What?
Yeah, so Duryodhana is so bad and envious that everybody else, even Dhritarashtra, is convinced that we should give back something to the Pandavas, but Duryodhana is not convinced. And you know what Duryodhana does? He contrives with Karna and Dushasana to imprison Krishna. So the soldiers come to take Krishna into a prisoner, and he says, if Krishna is prisoner, these Pandavas will lose their confidence, and they'll lose already. And how can anybody imprison the Supreme Lord? So when
Krishna convinced them not to actually, because he was a great devotee.
Yeah. So Bhishma, even Dhritarashtra, who's not a devotee, he himself says, don't do this silly, foolish thing, Duryodhana. But Duryodhana
doesn't listen.
With the 3 people, he decided to bring his army. And Krishna shows his universal form or Vishwarupa. Right. And none of the Kauravas, the bad guys, are able to see the universal form. Only Bhishma and
Kripacharya.
Yeah. So they can see the beautiful universal form of the Lord. And then Duryodhana tries to make Krishna the prisoner, but he himself somehow gets the shackles, right? And then Krishna gets onto the chariot, and he goes back to Virata to tell the news to the Pandavas that we tried all we can, but war is the only outcome in this situation. So with that, we'll go to the Kahoot. Anybody has any questions?
There we go. I have all my information down.
Okay.
On the paper.
So everybody get your device ready, either split screen or another device, and you'll see this now.
There we go. So where's your phone? Oh, it's right here. There it is. Oh, great. Look at that.
What?
It's frozen.
Okay.
Anyone can hear me?
Let me stop the video.
Yes!
Okay, the game pin is still loading.
So can you move over a little bit?
Okay, there you go. 730-1367.
Can you put on the music? Oh.
Okay, Krishna is in. Yudhishthira is in. Rama is in. Meg only. So probably Mishti ji couldn't join. So Meghna ji. Oh, Meg is another. Sorry. No, Meg and Tej. So Tej is not there. Okay, Gauri ji is in. Yishika is in with 2 monkeys. Ayana is in with 4-leafed.
Clovers again.
So where's Dhruv?
Oh, Dhruv, did you join?
I didn't recognize my pass.
Oh, there you are. I couldn't even hear you.
Where's Tara?
See you. Sorry. Hemant is there.
Hemant is
Tara,
joined.
are you joining? Is it not joining you in yet?
Look at Hemant. He has, what is that, a fox? An
Oh,
eagle?
Tara,
And,
there you are.
look at
That's
the
a nice flower.
Yeah, it's a beautiful flower.
I bet you're going to win today, Tara.
Okay, Mishti ji
Oh,
is,
with Mishti G.
she has a tree. Is it a desired tree? And then,
Or family tree. Or
oh,
Christmas
Srihari is here. He is a tiger and he has a banana. Okay. So who needs more time? Can we get started?
Let's see how many participants are 11. So yeah.
Are we good?
Ishika.
No. Is Dhruv in? Oh, Dhruv the king is in. We are waiting for. So Ishika has raised a hand.
Ishika, what's your question?
I got kicked out, so can you
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait for you. It's okay. There's always bad connection on Kahoots these days. We don't know why. And some people get kicked out, so yeah. You really deserve the time. Not the pencil. This is not cheating, okay?
Someone actually log in again.
Yeah. So everybody just have to go to kahoot.it, or if you have the Kahoot app, open that app. No, I don't. 7301367 is the pin. We have 11 players. We are waiting for Ishika to join.
Yeah.
There
can
Ishika
take
comes with a leaf and a flower. Very
Good,
nice.
you took my advice. You can
Okay.
put clovers.
Okay,
Then
we're
you'll
going to
win
start.
for sure.
Okay.
Prabhuji, can you wait 1 more minute?
Yeah. Oh, I clicked the start. I don't know if it'll start now. Yudhishthira.
What went on?
No, it's actually waiting.
Oh, good Kahoot. I thought there's something. Okay, it's on.
Sorry, just need one.
Yeah, are you in?
No, I need 1 more minute. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Sorry, I couldn't make out what you said. Can you say that
And
again?
Mishti G's not in the Kahoot anymore.
Oh,
1 minute, Prabhuji. 1 minute.
Mishti G, you are breaking up. Oh, there you are. You're back in.
there.
Okay, I'm ready now, Prabhuji.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Um.
3, 2, 1, go. Wow, this is very slow today.
I told you.
Okay, what was the message Dhritarashtra sent to Pandavas through Sanjaya?
Oh, yeah.
He wanted war, he wanted peace, he wanted Yudhishthira to be king, he wanted to give half the kingdom to Yudhishthira.
Good thing I wrote this down. He wanted to be a Yudhishthira to be a king. Isn't he already a prince? Well, that's what Duryodhana would want.
Yeah, so most of you got it right.
I want to be in 5th place this time. Again with the clovers.
Okay. Rama, Mishti, Krishna, Meg, Ayana. Second question, who took the side of the Pandavas? So who among 4 people? Satyaki, Kritavarma, Ashwadhama, Susharma.
I thought we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to remember.
So just eliminate someone. You got to guess something. Don't. Okay, it was Satyaki. Okay, remember how Satyaki said, even though I'm in the army, I want to be in Krishna's side. But Kritavarma was the one who went to the Kaurava
you
side.
said we don't have to remember.
I said.
It says I'm in 10th place. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Next question, Krishna, Mishti,
Even the board is.
Dhruv, the king is. When Arjuna and Duryodhana visited Krishna, who did Krishna allow to talk to him? Duryodhana, Arjuna. Which one?
Ah, I thought that's a true or false question.
Yeah. Good, everyone. Okay. So Krishna, Rama, Mishti,
Good job, Meg.
Yudhishthira, all on top spots. Keep up your positions. Okay, what did Arjuna pick? Krishna's army or Krishna?
This one's an ease.
Yes, very nice. Most of you got that right. Not many changes because that was the easy question, I think. And Tara is having a 4
correct answers in a row. I only have 2. Good job, Tara.
Okay. What did Arjuna request Krishna to be? Bodyguard, guru, charioteer, friend. So I probably didn't mention this in class, but when they were discussing, they said Krishna will not take up a weapon. So what did Arjuna say you can be? Yeah, a charioteer. So Krishna is already a friend of Arjuna. And
bodyguard, of course not.
Okay, Meg on top, then
well,
Krishna, Mishtiji, Rama, and Yudhishthira.
Well, I get why some people picked bodyguard because that's what Krishna would want.
Who was Shalya? King of Madras and uncle of Nakula and Sahadeva, took the side of the Kauravas, all of the above, none of the above.
There's none of the above too. Oh no!
So all of you are correct because none of you took none of the above. All 3 answers are correct, but the most correct answer is all of the above.
But it still counts wrong because it says all of the above. So all the 3 answers are right. So you shouldn't have put none of the above.
That's to trick you.
I know.
Okay.
Just still, don't do that anymore.
Okay, that's Rama is on top, then comes Meg, then Krishna, then Mishtiji, and then Yudhishthiraji. Okay.
It's already 10:24.
Okay. Ayana, you can't win every week. You should be happy.
I know.
What did Yudhishthira request of Shalya? Don't be on Kaurava side, join Pandava side, distract Karna if he becomes his charioteer, run away from battle. So what did
Run
Yudhishthira?
Away from battle?
Okay. Most of you got that right. So Yudhishthira always respects what decision someone makes to honor Duryodhana also, right? So he didn't say join the Pandava army. He said,
I'm on 6.
Okay, good job, everyone. Okay. So Rama is on top, then comes Meg, then Krishna, Mishtiji, Yudhishthira. Shreya is having a 5 answers streak. Good job, Shreya ji. Okay. How many Akshaunis did the Pandavas able to assemble for war? 11, 9, 7, 5.
Good thing I took notes.
Okay.
I took notes, so I didn't.
So Pandavas had 11. Good.
So I didn't know.
Rama, May, Krishna, Mishti ji, Yudhishthira on top. How many Akshanis did Kauravas amass? Amass means how much did they assemble? So if, yeah. Oh, almost all of you got it right. Good job.
Well, it wouldn't be 15 because that would be too much.
Okay, Tara is on the board.
Good,
And Gauri is back in the game, 3 in a row. Rama, Mishti, Krishna, Yudhishthira, and Tara. And all of you in the 7,000 or whereabouts, it's a very, very close competition here. We have 3 more to go. Why did Krishna advise Pandavas to fight the war if Dhritarashtra didn't even give 5 villages? Kshatriya's duty is to rule by virtue. Robbers of their wealth should be punished. Bad characters ruling the world will spoil society. All of the above. Yes. So all of you are right, but the best answer is all of the above. Okay.
Let's
Gauri
go.
G is hitting a 4 ancestry. Good job. So second last question. Who did Krishna stay with in Hastinapura during his peace mission? Dushasana, Vidura, Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra.
I was the first one to answer. And then there was a few moments and then everybody answered.
How do you know that?
Because there was answers right here. Wait,
It's okay, it's okay. Great. Vidura is the answer. Remember, Vidura is a devotee of the Lord. He doesn't like any riches or anything.
Okay.
Okay, so Rama is in first place, then Mishti ji, then Krishna ji, then
I got an answer
Yudhishthira
streak
and
of
Tara.
5.
Okay. 6 players hit answer streak of 5. Okay, last question. Why did Krishna show his universal form or Vishwarupa? Duryodhana tried to imprison Krishna. Duryodhana prayed to Krishna. Duryodhana accepted Krishna's peace proposal. Duryodhana decided to give half of the kingdom to Pandavas. Okay. So Duryodhana never prayed to Krishna, right? And
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Really bad.
So, okay, the podium. Who's in third place? Krishna. Then Mishti ji second place. And the first place goes to
Meg Oli.
Rama.
Oh, Rama!
So Rama
I
and Krishna are
forgot.
brothers, and both of them have first and third prize. Good job. Then there's Yudhishthira, and everybody who played are winners. So we'll see the full report here. So all of you can see your name, and everybody who played are on the
Can
board.
I see? I want to see.
And one. Okay.
Can I see mine? I think I
Yeah.
wanna
So
see
everybody are
mine.
here.
I got 83. That's still good.
Yeah. So
I won 2 games, so it's okay if I'm in 6th place.
mhm. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. Appreciate your time on a Saturday to spend and learn about Krishna and his devotees. And we are soon going to Bhagavad Gita. So, Hare Krishna.
Wait.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining.
Good. Okay.
Anybody can draw on the screen now if you want to.
Okay. Okay, Nitin ji. Hare Bol.